Hello everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to make another homemade vinegar. Here we have some watermelon, here we have some cloves, and here we have some ginger. I will leave the links to the sexual health benefits of watermelon, ginger, and cloves at the end screen and in the description box so you can watch in detail. A lot of people have requested that I do more practical videos on the homemade vinegars and that they have learned a lot from the sexual health benefits which I have uploaded on my channel. So today I'm here to teach you how to do a homemade vinegar. So we dive right into our recipe. This is a watermelon and I'm going to chop it into half. We'll be using half of this, but before you chop, make sure you wash it properly. And if you know that your watermelon has been grown organically without chemicals, then you can just wash the outer covering, slice, and then you chop the whole watermelon with this green covering in a blender, and you drink or you mix your ginger and your cloves and you drink. But if you're like me and you do not know if your watermelon was grown organically or with fertilizers or pesticides, please do yourself a favor and make sure you clean the outer part of the watermelon before you incorporate it, because this green covering contains or would have absorbed some of the fertilizers and some of the pesticides. So I've washed this properly and now it's time to chop into two. Here we go. Some watermelons have seeds and some don't have seeds. So one of the ways you're going to know if your watermelon is organic is if it's got seeds. If your watermelon does not have seeds, then you're looking at GM watermelon or some kind of lab-grown watermelon. Watermelons are supposed to have seeds. So you come with me and we are going to chop this outer covering. Make sure you leave this white part, very important. And make sure you don't take out the seeds. So you take out your thyme and you take out this green covering. And like I said, if you know the farm from where your watermelon was grown and you are certain with evidence and maybe stated on the packaging or at the market, supermarket, or wherever you're buying, local market, food market, that your watermelon has been grown without fertilizers, pesticides, etc. I'm talking particularly of chemical fertilizers and chemical pesticides. You know, this green part that I've absorbed it. So you're trying to avoid chemicals in your body by every means. Please make sure you do not take out the whitish part. So we are going to be taking half of these. Half of the watermelon you saw. Here I have my blender and I'm going to drop in the watermelon that I am taking. Make sure you include the seeds in as well. Yep, I'm aware that I haven't taken everything out, so I'm going to take it out now. This could get a little bit messy, so make sure that you have a very sharp knife to help you. Okay, all in here. And we are going to do this to the next half. Some people would do it this way, but one of the things is you are most likely to take out most of the whitish parts. Some people can do it this way as well. It's much faster. So now we are measuring our watermelon, because a lot of people will be asking me, how many grams of watermelon should I use? And I'm here to help you and give you the best knowledge. I'm weighing out the watermelon. Now, bear in mind that species of watermelon have different water content. But I will suggest that you target using watermelon that has a lot of red pigments. It will be really great. So I'm measuring out the watermelon for you before we start. Now, we are looking at, I don't know if you can see it, we are looking at 1,045 grams of watermelon. It's 1,045 grams of watermelon that you are using in this recipe. So all right, now before we continue, I want to make sure that I've gotten all the whitish parts. Please do not take out the seeds. Please don't take out the seeds. So I'm taking out the whitish part on this watermelon. Yes, the one. I'm trying to take the whitish part and put it so that we can blend. Now, this is our watermelon in my blender, and I'm going to put this aside. Next, we are going to weigh out our ginger. This ginger is from my freezer. I actually peeled it. I made some ginger juice with it and I froze the rest. So I just defrosted it this morning and it's well defrosted. So we are going to check out the weight. This. So we are using approximately 77 grams of ginger. You can use between 60 to 70 grams or 50 to 70 grams. There'll be no problem. No problem at all. So when we have measured this out, we are going to drop this in our blender. Now, we measure out our cloves. We measure out some cloves. We're looking at 10 grams of cloves. 10 grams of cloves. Measured already, and we are putting this in as well. So there we go. So we blend and we bring back. So now we are going to measure out our water. Remember that we have already put our watermelon, our cloves, and our ginger in our blender and we are ready to blend. And now we will need to put in some water so that it can easily blend. Now, remember that your watermelon already contains water, so you don't want to include too much water into your recipe. Remember that grams is equivalent to milligrams. So we are going to measure out, remember to tap properly. We are going to measure out about 200 grams of water. Now, some people may want to add ice blocks in it. If you feel like adding ice blocks, even better. You can put 100 grams of water or 150 grams of water and 50 grams of ice. Remember, I said that grams is equivalent to milligrams. So that's 200 milligrams. So we are going to add these to our mixture and then we blend. So guys, I'm back, and actually I wasn't able to blend the mixture because the watermelon didn't contain enough water. So remember, we put in 200 mils of water. Measure out another 200 to add because my watermelon doesn't have enough water content. I think this varies from species to species. Some other species have a lot of water content, so you have to know what you're buying. So in total, I've put in 400 mils of water. If my watermelon had a lot of water content, I would use 200 mils. And it's going to help if you can chop your watermelon into bits. Maybe a little thinner than what I did. So give me 1 sec, I blend and I bring for us to see. I'm back everyone, and I just blended our homemade Viagra. Very potent, very natural. This will help you with erectile dysfunction. It will give you stamina. It will improve your sexual performance. It will help you to have rock hard erections, clitoral erections, and also penile erections. So we are going to sieve this out. Now, if you want to put in flavoring, it's up to you, but for me, it's just perfect. So I'm going to sieve this out. Now, the pulp you are seeing can still be used. You can actually put in more water and put it in the blender, blend, and then you drain like this so that you extract every nutrient, every active ingredient, gingerol, lycopene, every active ingredient, so that your body can produce enough nitric oxide. You see, the nitrates that is found in these three components is going to be converted into nitrites and then later into nitric oxide in your body. Then this nitric oxide will dilate every blood vessel. That is going to dilate everything. It will make you to have great blood flow towards your genitals. Very important, guys. Very important. Instead of buying Viagras from the pharmacy, instead of going for operations, surgeries, why don't you try nature? Why don't you try nature and enjoy its benefit? I'm telling you, you will not regret. So, you need to squeeze this very well so that you can get all the juice. we have a homemade Viagra made out of watermelon, cloves, and ginger. You can have this morning and evenings. You can also prepare, have these as a healthy drink. This is our homemade Viagra. Yeah. Very potent, guys. Very, very potent.